Hi guys, this video is a little late going up on a Sunday, so don't stress too much. If you've got other things you got to do, go ahead. I won't make this video due until Monday night. All right, so if you've got something more pressing or just have other responsibilities, stop this and you can finish it up Monday night. All right, I got to be honest with you, this is a subject I kind of dreaded because this is a really kind of hard subject to teach. So I'm breaking it down a little bit. We're going to do a little bit today and a little bit more on Tuesday's video. This is called operator overloading. Um, the operators that we use, you can all know how to use them well: plus, minus, modulus, division with the slash, and things like that. Other things are operators that you don't really even think about. The arrows, the double arrows that you use, that's an operator. The exclamation point that we've used to say not, that's an operator. Anything that's an operator can be overloaded, which means that you can use it for two different things. Most of the times, you keep it in the same ballpark. That's like what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you something. We're going to overload the plus operator today. Up till now, if we've did any use of the plus operator, it's been something simple. Num cars 1 plus num cars 2, and we assign that to num cars 3. I mean, it's just been regular addition. We've added integers, we've added doubles. That might be about it. Oh, we've also used, actually, we've used it. A couple of you used it in your programs with a plus thing to add two strings together. But that's not something we've used. That's just a few of you to solve a problem in a program. I've showed you how to add two strings. That's an overload. That's an overload because that's not what it's supposed to be. But most of the time, the overloads are user defined, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to walk you through this program here. I didn't break this up into .h file, resource file, and a source file to make it easier to read. But I've got a class here called hits. Right. Inside the hits, I've got under private variables, I've got singles, doubles, triples, and homers, the 4 different hits you have in baseball. I've got 2 constructors. I've got one constructor that I set everything to 0. All right. Oh, as you can see, I made all these integers because they're a count, because if it's a count, it's always going to be an integer. So the number of singles equals 0, number of doubles, number of triples, all equals 0. That's my default constructor. Then I've got a constructor where I fill everything in on the fly, which is the one I'm going to use in this program, where I send it the number of singles, doubles, triples, and homers. I went ahead and made a print function. It's just going to see them all out. There's see out singles, doubles, triples, homers, just one straight line. For the purpose of getting it all on the screen, I broke it over 2, but it will print them out over one line. All right, here's our overloaded function. I'm going to send, here's this, you got to look how this is written. I'm going to return an object. We call our objects that we're making here, the class is hits, so I'm going to return an object of hits. Okay, I'm going to return basically an object with the number of singles, doubles, triples, and homers in it. To do this, I'm going to send it an object of hits, and we're just going to call it H. Look how this is written now. This says operator plus. So that means I'm going to be working on the plus operator. All right. That's all this means. Operator plus. I could have made this operator minus and did something. I could have made it operator double arrow and did something, but I'm working on the plus operator on this one. So here's what we're going to do. Inside of here, I'm sending it an object called H. And I'm also making an object inside of this called temp. And temp is what I'm going to return. I'm going to return the temp, but I'm sending it an H. Right? I'm going to get everything here on the same screen. I played with this to make sure everything was on the same screen so you could follow me on this. All right. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through the code down here. Then we're going to go back up and talk about how this is laid out. All right. I've got my first object, H1, that I'm going to send a 10, 20, 30, 40. All right. I got a second object called H2. We're going to send it. It's got 5, 5, 5, and 5. All right. 5 singles, 5 doubles, 5 triples, and 5 homers. And I've got a third one that's empty. H3 is going to be empty. All right, as you can see right now, if I hadn't overloaded this operator, this line here would just be tons of errors. I can't imagine how many errors. What I'm saying is H1 plus H2. You know, under the usual addition, you can't go add an object to an object. I mean, it's just not done. This would work if H1 was a double or if H1 was an int, this would work just like it is. But these are objects. Okay, these are hits. All right, but I've overloaded it, and I've basically told the plus symbol that it can do something more. All right, so inside of here, look inside here. I made a new object called hits temp. All right, singles is going to refer to H1. All right, this H function. All right, not function. This H object that I'm sending it, all right, there's the plus. It's on the right side. This is going to be the H2. All right. So basically, I'm adding, this is H1. This is H2. This is H1. This is H2. This isn't intuitive. This isn't something you can just look at it. No, you have to know. I always look at it like operator plus this is in the same order as this, H1 plus H2. That's just basically how I see it. It's not really what happens. But H dot singles is the singles from what I'm passing it. Singles is from the prior object. All right. So I'm adding H1 to H2, H1 to H2, H1 to H2, H1 to H2. I'm assigning those into the temp that I declare here. All right. After I add them up, I've got a whole new object, and I'm going to return it and assign it to H3. You see H3 here. I just declare it, but I don't assign anything to it. Right. It uses the blank constructor, which is right here where I assign everything 0. All right. So that's all that this overloaded function, that's what this is, an overloaded function does. It tells the plus operator that if it's past an object or two objects, that it can do this function to it. All right. So if I had I might do it here in a second, but I want to show you how this is done. I want to go ahead and run this. Look at how this is. H1 has 10, 20, 30, and 40 in it. H2 has 5, 5, 5 in it. And hits H3 has nothing in it, but I'm going to add H1 and H2, add it together, put it in H3, then I'm going to print it out because I did, like I said, made a print function up here where I'm going to print out H3. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. Fifteen singles, 25 doubles, 35 triples, 45 homers. So it did work. All right. Um, One of the questions you might be thinking is why? Why bother? All right. If you're writing a lot of code and you're going to be adding classes a lot, look at all the typing this saves. Right? By going ahead and making this overloaded function, every time I've got a class, you know, we've only got 3 classes here, 2 that we filled and one that's sort of like a temporary empty one. But if we got 35, 40, 150, 200, okay, I can keep using this overloaded function over and over and over again. It saves an amazing amount of typing. All right. So every time I want to overload a function, I mean, I can do this. I can make it where it does something else with a multiplication. All right. I can make it where it does something with a division operator. There's all kinds of things that we can make this do. This is really, this is why C++ is one of the more powerful languages. You can't do this in Java. I'm told that you can do this on a limited basis with C sharp, right? C++ is the most powerful of the languages. Also, it's the easiest one to make mistakes in. If you've done this wrong or you're using this wrong, it's just an absolute mess. So it's powerful, but it's more complicated. I guess what I'm saying is the programmers are more macho that use C++. Yeah, there I said it. Okay, the tougher programmers program in C++. All right, this was just part one. Make sure you take good notes on this and just kind of understand the flow. This page, if you're not somebody that takes notes, take a picture of, remember how it runs and take a picture of what I've got here on the screen right now. There's the hits operator, overloaded plus operator, and the code for this. I will be posting another video. This is Sunday. I'm posting this for y'all to watch either on Sunday night, Monday, or Monday night. I'm going to make it due at the end of the day on Monday. I'll be posting another one of these for your all's Tuesday production day, and it's also going to be on overloaded operators. But I just wanted to start out with probably the most basic, which is just overloading the plus operator. If you got any questions, ask me in class. Monday is going to be a work day. Some of you have already got that next program done. That's awesome. Plan on bringing work to class if you've got it done. Just because you're done doesn't mean it turns into play period. I'm done. I can play. Now bring some work to do in class. All right, guys. I will see you Monday in class. Have a good rest of the weekend. Or if you're watching this in class, please ask me questions if you don't understand something.